Where are you from, Doug?
Originally, I'm from Waukee, Iowa, which at the time I grew up was a small farm town west of Des Moines, about 400 people.
Okay, was it a poppy farm?
No, in Iowa, it's a corn farm.
Corn
There,
farm, yeah.
yep, and a few soybeans intersprinkled, but mostly it's corn.
Okay, yeah, same here.
They,
I'm in Chicago right now, so Illinois is majority like corn and wheat for the most part too. If you drive down south, it's all like cornfields, and that's all you really see.
yeah, my father ran a grain elevator, so I would guess 90% of the business was corn, but and some soybeans, and occasionally some of the farmers would raise some oats for their cattle or hogs or something else, but mostly corn.
Okay, super cool. Yeah, my parents were farmers, but this was back in Poland. This was years ago. We came to the U.S. in '94, so I was almost 2 years old, and they were farmers back in the day. Basically, my grandparents were farmers, my great grandparents were farmers. They were all basically generations of farmers for up until the point where they decided to come here, and then of course they got like regular jobs and stuff like that.
You lose it in a hurry. Farming and having a vegetable garden, all that sort of stuff was natural to me because when you grow up in it as a kid, you just learn it. It's like fishing or baseball or football, golf, anything you learn becomes so innate when you're young. And, my two daughters sort of learned a little bit about gardening. I like to vegetable garden, and of course, their kids now know nothing about it. It's amazing how rapidly the farming and everybody wants to be a city slicker farmer, but it's amazing how quickly it disappears.
Yeah, I mean 100%. Because I remember when I was growing up, and my parents they still have gardens, all that kind of stuff. I remember going with my dad to like chop down trees because my parents have a fireplace. So when I was younger, I hated it because I felt like it was like a chore. But now that I'm here living alone, I actually like it. Like I grew tomatoes, I'm growing different flowers. I have flowers all around you. Learn to appreciate it more like later on in the future when you actually see like the benefits of it and you actually kind of go through a process of just doing it by yourself versus like your parents telling you, hey, come help me with this, come help with that, and so on and so forth. I feel like once you do it by yourself and on your own time, then you finally appreciate it and you're like, okay, now I understand why my parents like to garden. Now I understand why my parents always had vegetables. You find like a new appreciation for it.
No, I agree. I mean, that was my problem with it when I first left the farm. I wanted nothing to do with it. I hated it. It was a chore. It was work, and to a little bit, it's a responsibility for us. My mother can, so we had a huge vegetable garden, and it was a lot of work. And of course, I'd rather be out playing basketball or football or baseball or something with the other kids. So I hated it for a long time, and then just as I got a little older, I got into it, and I had at one time probably 40 to 60 hybrid tomato plants. I really got into it big time, would only grow hybrids and change them around every year to see which one grew best in our area and stuff. So
Okay, super
quite
cool.
about outturn.
Yeah, I never did like experiment with like tomatoes. I just grow like I think I call it big reds. I think that's what I got this year. So those are the ones that I grew this time around. But I'm experimenting with growing some marijuana. So I have like different plants and I'm kind of gardening those for now, like indoor. Some of them I'm doing like a little experience. Some of them like I top, some of them I trim, some of them I don't. So I'm trying to figure out what's like the most efficient to grow. It's like a hobby. I don't sell to dispensaries or anything like that. I don't make money off it, but it's just something that I enjoy doing, and it just feels like it feels good. You're like providing life for a plant, and then you get to see it through its whole life, and it's indoors. I get to see it grow, and after like a few months, it gets bigger and bigger, and then it gets like the buds on there. So it's super, super interesting, super fascinating how like life just sprouts from a seed, and you get to visualize that firsthand.
No, I agree. It's actually they just, I suppose, in the way lack the soul, but I find the plant kingdom very, very fascinating. I'm a physician, or was a licensed physician. I'm not licensed anymore, but I considered it akin to taking care of people. I love taking care of plants.